What's up, everybody? Welcome to the first episode of the Thompson's podcast. This podcast is about, the married life and everything that happens in our life. I'm here joined with my co-host, Takoya. Say something to the people, Takoya.
Hello, everybody. Thanks for joining us on our first ever episode. Today's episode is a good one for you. Leslie and I actually come from two different cultures. I am from the west coast of America, and Leslie is from
the Bahamas. Boop, 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 boop.
242. So whenever you date somebody from another culture, inevitably funny, kind of hilarious differences arise. And we have a few of those stories to tell you guys today. And we hope you enjoy just hearing, a little bit about our crazy little lives. Yeah, the night of your graduation, we went with your best man to Denny's. And I ordered some sort of French toast or pancakes. I think I ordered pancakes. We all got our food around the same time, and we were all laughing and talking the whole time, and I'm cutting up my pancakes. Out of nowhere, your best man, or Earl, shout out Earl, hello, he was like, hold on.
It's like crack.
That's what his dad does.
Inside joke.
I don't know how well inside jokes works here, but anyway. So yeah, we're having conversation, we're having conversation before the food. We're having conversation when we got the food. I think we're just having great conversation. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, Earl's like, whoa, hold up. And I we're holding up, and I'm like, what's going on here? He's like, what are you doing to your food? Mm-hmm. And I'm like, what do you mean, what am I doing to my food? He's like, man, we've been sitting here talking this whole time, and you're just cutting your food into these little squares, just cutting them up. And I was like, I'm like,
something weird that Takoya does.
I don't think that's a weird thing that I do. I think that's an American thing. I was always taught when you get pancakes, you butter them, your peanut butter on, and then you stack them up, and then you cut them into little squares, and then you dribble the syrup on them.
Yeah, no, I'm not sure if it's a Bahamian thing or no. I think it is a Bahamian thing because we really don't do that. I've literally never seen that done before, where someone diced up their food in squares and then ate it. Earl started roasting her low key, and I was dying. It was so hilarious.
The funny thing was, I felt embarrassed because I was like, wait, what? Is this not normal? I'm like, no, this is totally normal. I don't know what you're talking about.
That was so hilarious. Okay, the biggest difference in culture that stood out to me, and it has something to do with food too. So I really think it's a Bahamian thing, right? Because we put ketchup on everything. On chicken and fries, on rice, on mac and cheese. I put ketchup on everything. And the first time I did it, Takoya would she'd freak out. Why are you putting ketchup on this? I spent so long cooking this food and you're putting ketchup on it. I'm like, babe, it's just an addition to your meal. I just like the taste of ketchup.
No, see, I did not like that. Because I would cook, and y'all, it would be on the weirdest stuff. It had seasons, people put seasonings on things for a reason to make it taste like something, I think I had curry powder and things on it. And then he goes, before he even takes a bite, I was like, Leslie, just take a bite and try it before you put the ketchup on it. And he's like, I want ketchup on it. And I'm like, you can't even tell, everything you eat is going to taste like ketchup. You're not putting ketchup on all your food. You're just mixing your food with some ketchup. You want it on everything. So yeah, I was like, that, I don't know if that's a Bahamian thing or what, but you got to change up.
Yeah, I mean, we do put ketchup on a lot of things. And even growing up, that's what I saw a lot of. So that's what really got me to like the taste. Because everyone's putting ketchup on brown rice, white rice, macaroni.
Well, yeah, those are all normal things, but some of the things, I can't even think of an example right now. I'd have to come back, but at some point I'll remember. But I have another one, y'all. Listen to this, though. So, I'm going to tell you the story how it happened and when I came into a realization of, I don't know if it's his culture or him or what, because it was weird, y'all, let me tell you. So, we are laying down watching a movie or a TV show together, and Leslie and I I go get an apple, and Leslie asked me to bring him an apple, so I bring him an apple, and I lay back down, and I start eating my apple, and he does the same. Well, when I get to the core of my apple, of course, I just put it down and continue watching the show. And, mind you, Leslie and I started eating our apples at roughly the same time. And so mine, I'm finished, I'm done. But this man is still eating his. And, I remember, looking up and seeing, all he had left was the core. And so being like, okay, he's done now. Laying my head back down, watching the show. Then all of a sudden I hear... And I was like, what is he eating? All I saw was the core. I look back, this man bit the core in half. He bit off the bottom part of the core. So, the part with, he brought off the bottom part, so all that was left was the seeds. And I was like, okay, I guess that's okay, because, it's still apple, but the bottom part I figured would be weird, but whatever. Then I put my head down again, I hear, whoosh, and I was like, look back. Y'all, he's holding the stick in his hand and nothing else. This man ate the whole entire apple. Y'all, I looked at him astonished. And he's looking back at me like, what am I looking at? No. And I just could not believe he ate the whole apple.
That's hilarious. I remember that. It's funny because I don't know when I started doing it. I think I read something where it said, there's nutrients in the core. So one time I just, went to bite it because I was eating an apple that didn't have any seeds in it. So I was like, okay, well, let me just taste it.
There ain't no apple with no seeds in it. I'm not sure.
It's crunchy, yeah.
No.
Yes.
That's a great...
Search it up right
Anyways, where were we? Let's see, Bahamian things. Okay. I know another thing, actually, that's struck me from your culture. And this was actually something from the very beginning, which I don't even think I ever mentioned to you. But, I remember the first time I heard you talk to your parents and your sister on the phone. Mm-hmm. And first of all, it surprised the heck of me when you're like, hello, mommy.
No. It's mummy. I say mummy.
Yeah, whatever. Mummy.
Not the mummy? What is this?
Okay, so
that's... English accent? Mummy?
That's what it sounded like. No. Hi, mummy. And I was like... Why is this? Because only British people should say mummy. First of all, that's what I thought, at least. And
it's
now,
M-U-M-M-Y.
Yeah.
That's how I say it, mummy.
I know. It just surprised me. And daddy, too. Just say mommy and daddy. I don't know. Yeah. For me, in my culture, or at least to me, that's something you say when you're really young. It's you say mommy and daddy when you're really young, and then you say mom and dad or mama when you're older.
You actually just said that that's something that the British would say, right?
Yeah. Well, were you colonized by the British?
Yeah. So I wonder if that's why. Oh, that's where I got that from. Yeah, that would make sense.
Yeah. Huh. Because I was like, why do you say mummy? That's so funny. But anyways, besides that, though, when I'd hear you guys talk, the way in which Bahamians talk is you raise the end of a sentence, at the end of a sentence. But in America, you only raise the end of a sentence for a question, oh, did you eat that? Oh, is that yours? But you guys would say things and just raise the end of the sentence. So I constantly, when I used to hear you talking on the phone with your family, I kept thinking you guys were asking each other questions, but it was in the middle of a sentence or it just didn't make sense. I was like, oh, they just talk like that? Yeah. Like that. That's just...
So, for instance, if I say, what do you mean by?
Well, that's an actual question, but it's just oh, so your sister Zoya, she'd be like, so LJ,
shout out Zoya.
Be oh, LJ, so I was talking to mommy, right? And that's a question. I don't, it's hard for me to do. It's hard for me to do because I'm American.
So if I say put the thing on the table, see, I say
put the thing on the table.
I'm saying put the thing on the table.
Yeah, I know there's different words you say, but I'm just saying, yeah, I have to record it sometime just so you know. But you raise the end of the sentence. It sounds like a question, but it's not a question. Okay. You guys just talk like that.
Okay, I take that. Mm-hmm. Something I noticed. And when I first noticed it, I was so confused. You guys called so in Bahamian culture, we have Grammy, grandmummy, and, mummy, daddy, Grammy, grandmummy, right? In America, you guys say Meemaw, Peepaw, I don't know. The first time I was so confused when I heard it because I was like, hold on, what did you call her? What is that? She's like, oh yeah, no, I'm saying that's my mom's mom. That's my grandmother. So I was like, why do you guys call it like that? Meemaw. What's Meemaw? Where did that come from?
You know what's funny is I don't know. I actually don't know where it comes from. But when my mom's first grandchild was born, she's like, "Oh, I want him to call me Meemaw," and that was my first time hearing it. I was like, okay. But yeah, no, there's different names. There's Poppy or Meemaw, Granny.
You said Poppy?
Papa, Poppy. You know, like Hispanics. I don't know. Yeah. There's just all different ways of saying it, but. So, like, obviously, you have the names of family members, like mother, father, grandmother, grandfather, aunts, stuff like that. But you could call them different things, like auntie. And I call my uncle Unky Monk.
Hold on, pause.
I say hi, Uncle
what?
Monk.
Why? What's his real name?
His name is Raymond, but he goes by Masco.
Shout out Uncle Raymond.
No, but we call him Masco. So.
Okay, shout out Uncle Masco.
But it's Unky Monk.
So his name is
I don't
Uncle
even know
Masco.
how. I don't know why I call him that.
Unky Monk?
Unky Monk.
And you still call him that?
Yeah. I would
really?
say,
Huh. Is it just you that call him that, or?
I would only say that like as a term, like a term of endearment. Like if I were to like maybe say hi to him for the first time in a long time, like, "Oh, hi, Unky Monk," or like, I don't know. It's just a term of endearment. A lot of times I'll just say Masco. Like if I'm just talking to him, I'll say, "Hey, what's up, Masco?" Or yeah, I don't know. I don't really say uncle. I'll say hi, uncle.
It sounds like it's one of those things where someone just had sort of like a nickname.
Yeah.
Because honestly,
I'd have
to call him that, or other people as well?
I think other people do. I think in terms of like my family, yeah. I think it might have something to do with my mom. I wonder if my mom like kind of came up with it. I'm not sure. But yeah, regardless, that's what I call them. So I guess there are a lot of different names.
Yeah. Well, yeah. That's our first episode of talking about the difference in cultures that we noticed. How you feeling? You feel like this is a good place where we should end our first podcast?
Yeah, I was trying to see if there's any other funny things that I could think of from you. I'm sure there are, and I'm sure I'll remember them just as soon as we stop. But this is the way things go sometimes.
Yeah. But yeah, man, this is our first episode.
Yeah, man, that's what it is. That's one of the ones too. They say, "Yeah, man," like yeah.
Boy, yeah, boy.
It kind of sounds Jamaican to me. Yeah, man. Like I didn't know you said man like that.
Nah,
like man.
That's not.
Like, is that how you say the word man? How do you say man? Huh?
Man.
Man. But you guys sound like yeah, man, and like I just never knew you pronounced man like that.
You know how I pronounce shark?
Shark.
I used to just say shock.
Shock.
That's a shark, boy.
Yeah.
I say it like that. Shock instead of shark.
Yeah, I love the accent. I remember when I first met you, I was like, "Oh, I like the accent," and you're like, "Yeah, I'm from the Bahamas," and I was like, "Ooh, do you speak another language?" You're like, "No." I was like, "That's okay too," because I could tell you're like, "Dang."
Man, let me tell you, if you have a Bahamian accent or any accent in general, man, be proud of your accent and let it show. Because listen, when I first came to America and I had my accent, man, I was so proud of that. I would use it because I know the second someone heard it, they'd automatically be interested. And I know that it was attractive too. Like, you know, you're like a dark dude with an accent and you could say, "Yeah, I'm from the Bahamas." Woo, man, I'm telling you.
Yeah, I'm sure you are. I'll timber down there, Sally, and your dog days are gone.
Nah,
your dog days are over.
Nah, I'm happily married now, but I'm just giving the, you know, the guys who's still out there playing, you know, playing the field of a game, man. You know, let that accent show.
Learn how to have a Bahamian accent.
Yeah.
But yeah. Well, I hope you all enjoyed our first episode. And yeah, this is kind of our just first time hopping on. So
yeah, don't forget to like, subscribe, and tune into our next episode. It should be coming shortly.
Until then,
peace out. See y'all later.